Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, Pisces Soul Tribe. I want to get into some general messages for you, and of course anything you need from me can be found down below in the description box. Divine, what's going on with Pisces at this time? So we have legal, so court, paperwork, and filed, as well as kinky ways. So fantasies and fetishes, sexually open, looking to explore. And Divine, clarify kinky ways. So TikTok, so deadline, procrastination, as well as too busy. This is crazy. It's too early for this. So if this is giving stripper vibes, that's one thing that I'm definitely getting. Either stripper vibes, some type of influencer as well. X could be significant. But definitely giving that kind of vibe, you know. Divine, give me one more, please. Give me two. Yeah. So the cleanse, so detox, ridding, negativity, purification. Okay. And then we have rebound. So I can't read that. So flighty, temporary option, unpredictable intentions. Yeah. So rebound. Okay. So here's what I feel like it is. Okay. One of you, this may resonate with literally only one person. Okay. Okay, so I feel like there's somebody here who dated some type of influencer. We'll just say that. Somebody dated some type of influencer. Okay. I feel like this influencer has now gotten to a point where they're turning from their ways. And I'm not even going to say wicked ways because it doesn't feel wicked. I feel like somebody was doing the only thing that they could do at a particular time. And honestly, just to make it through. I feel like somebody in some way is wanting to change their life, do something different, because I don't feel like somebody wanted to do that with their life. And as I said, no judgments here, but I feel like somebody wanted to do something different. And I feel like that's what it is. I feel like somebody is finally coming to those necessary steps in order to elevate somewhere else, to grow somewhere else. I feel like this is someone who could be cleansing themselves by being celibate at this present moment. I feel like this is someone who could be exploring themselves, getting to know themselves. Because I feel like somebody knows that something isn't going to last too long, or it's not supposed to last forever, but it was literally a temporary solution. Divine, what else is here? So we have roller coaster. So full off highs and lows, off and on again, hot and cold. So there's something very iffy. Something really truly doesn't know what it wants to be, or someone doesn't know what they want. I feel like something has been an emotional roller coaster. I feel like something has been a redundant and a repetitive cycle. And I feel like you know better. Is what I feel like. I feel like you know better, but I feel like maybe in some instance you're not choosing to do better. You could also be deciding to hang on to someone because of longevity, but something between you all is just definitely over. I feel like that's also something that is causing you to feel like you're in and out. We even have karmic at the bottom of the deck. So third party relationship as well as lesson. I feel like you know better. Divine roller coaster here. So numbing, so self-medicating, addictions, as well as irrational behavior. So this definitely feels just like that. The roller coaster, full of highs and lows, thrills, not knowing what the next dip is going to be, not knowing to expect around the corner, maybe even seeing what's coming up around the river bend, or just the loop-de-loop. But not really truly knowing what's going to happen. I feel like someone could possibly be avoiding something as well by acting like something isn't there, by not wanting to deal with it. Definitely giving Four of Cups energy instead of Four Swords. Give me one more, Divine. So Bonnie and Clyde. So ride or die, us against the world, as well as dedicated partnership. I feel like that's what it was. I feel like something was just always an emotional roller coaster. It feels too risky. It's just what it feels like. It feels like all a risk. Somebody may be your ride or die, but it's for the wrong reasons. This is not something that will stand the test of time. This is something that's truly meant to end. Bonnie and Clyde, Divine, one more. Yeah, so harmony, balance, peace, as well as happiness. I feel like once again there was something about more so coming into harmony with oneself instead of even expecting that from a relationship. Some of you all could really truly be in hermit mode. You're minding your business. I feel like you're doing what you need to do in order for your you're doing what you need to do for your life in order to move forward as well. I feel like you yourself are just vested in you, and I don't necessarily even feel like that you're struggling anymore. I feel like you're just moving out of a space into harmony and balance, and I feel like that's where your life is headed anyway. I feel like you once again are not concerning yourself with the things that don't concern themselves with you. Divine, what else is here? So we have heart to heart. So deep conversations, intimate discussions, blunt and honest. So I feel like as a whole, you could possibly be having conversations with multiple individuals if you so choose, if you're in that space. Okay. I do feel like some form of connections are going to be significant. That does not mean that you are going to be reconnecting with anyone, but I do feel connections are going to be very significant. But I feel like in the coming months or so, you are going to be having some very interesting conversations. And I don't even feel like within these conversations, you're going to be doing the bulk of speaking. I feel like you are going to allow people to say what they want to say or need to say. And if you feel like there's a point for you to say something afterwards, you will. But I feel like you said what you said, and there's really not much for you to expound on. Divine, heart to heart here. So brick wall, so defense mechanism, guarded, hard to reach. I feel like the reason why you possibly are going to be hard to reach, or people are going to be hard to reach, is because I feel like you're in two different, completely different spaces of understanding, conversation, how you conflict resolution, or whatever you want to call it. I feel like you all are in two different spaces. I feel like you could be steadfast and unmovable while listening to what someone has to say, while even hearing them out. If it doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't resonate with you, and you will honor what someone says. But I feel like you're also the type where you'll be like, I'm good, love, enjoy. Like, I'm good, I don't want to do this anymore, I'll catch you on the flip side. That does not mean that I hate you. It does not mean that I don't like you. It means that I just don't care. Indifferent. It doesn't matter where if you're here. It doesn't matter if you're there. Okay, I can't stop you from living in the world. I can't stop that. Divine, heart to heart, brick wall. So swept up, head over heels, falling in love, intense emotion. So I feel like that's definitely what it is. I feel like there are multiple individuals, those concerning those individuals in romantic spaces, friends, people that you call family, your blood family, all of those things, all types of relationships. I feel like you're going to be having some interesting discussions, and I feel like what it is going to be, people are going to be caught all up in their emotions. And what's very interesting is generally that was you, but it wasn't in a toxic way. I feel like when you were in something, Pisces, you were in that thing. I feel like you showed someone an immense amount of love, but I also feel like you were too much. You were too much for them. That does not mean that you're too much for anybody. Really, to be totally honest, I feel like somebody was just wasn't in the space to handle that. Divine, clarify one more time. Swept up. So light bulb moment, sudden realization, feeling inspired, insightful awareness. I feel like somebody finally is aware of the fact that they have immense emotions for you, that they're wanting to be a part of your life and your life be a part of theirs. Yeah, absolutely. Divine, last one from me here, please. So reading up, so doing the research, learning more, gaining insight, and people are definitely watching you. Any forms of social media, all of those good things. So spiritually woke, self-awareness, cutting through illusions, detaching from ego. So yeah, I feel like your journey is going to be very significant to a lot of people even. I feel like a lot of people are going to be inspired, motivated, or even love your new journey. Like I feel like people see you as some form of spiritualist or somebody who does other things, but I feel like this is something that a lot of people admire. I feel like a lot of people come to you possibly even looking for some sort of advice as well. What else, Divine? Reading up, spiritually woke. So machismo, so masculine pride, toxic masculinity, meeting manly expectations. So in this particular mode, I'm getting more so just masculine energy. I feel like you're heavily standing in your power. I feel like you are vested in your ego, but not in a toxic way. I feel like you recognize and honor who you are as a soul individual. I feel like you recognize your spirit as well, and I feel like you honor the divine as well. So all in all, I feel like you're a very gifted individual, especially with spiritually woke as well as machismo coming here. I feel like you are owning who you are in this space. And I feel like nobody can change that. I feel like this is something you no longer deny yourself of as well. And I feel like people see whatever they see, and whatever they interpret is whatever they interpret. People mix and skew words all the time. It's been no different from what they were doing when you were around them anyway. So I feel like there are many different individuals in your space right now who are really looking you up. I feel like in some capacity you are maybe taking steps towards those things that really benefit you, things that drive you. I feel like you're also going after your dreams. Those dreams could possibly also include those things that people said that you wouldn't do as well. Divine overall message here. So we have the Three of Wands, the Great Return. Oh, Lordy. Three of Wands, Divine. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. I feel like someone is at a crossroads. This crossroad includes should I do it, should I not? And that should I do and should I not is possibly approach you. Wander back to you. Okay. Temperance at the bottom of the deck. This could be somebody who's gone through some changes, but that doesn't mean that those changes will necessarily resonate with you. Divine Two of Pentacles. So the Star, yeah. I feel like somebody in some way feels possibly guided towards you. And the reason why they feel guided towards you is because of the way you're shining. I feel like it has everything to do with what you're doing right now, how you're moving right now, possibly what you have received. With the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, I feel like you've made all the right choices. All the right choices concerning your life. You're not concerned about anybody else. I feel like right now you feel as if you're making the right choices concerning your life. Divine the Star here with the Death. Yes, I feel like there are a lot of changes that you are going through, a lot of changes that you are making, and it has a lot to do with the way you're glowing, with the way you're shining right now. I feel like you are a guide. Guidance for you is significance, whether you're receiving it or whether you're getting it. I feel like both are equally balanced. Divine the Death, but whatever it is you're doing, you're definitely achieving something. You're having success with it. So we have the Page of Pentacles. I feel like after a lot of changes that you made, people have seen this. And I feel like because people have seen this is something that they're attracted to now. I feel like there are things that people want to work out with you. There could be people who will be presenting you some sort of apology. People could possibly also be giving you gifts as well as a way to reintroduce themselves into, maybe have a conversation with you or anything. Divine Page of Pentacles here. Yeah. So Three of Swords. Yeah, somebody is recovering from something. This could be the pain of losing you. And I feel like maybe somebody doesn't want to deal with that anymore, or they don't want to go through that again. So I feel like somebody is possibly wanting to, as I said, work out something with you, especially with the Three of Swords in reverse. Divine Three of Swords in reverse concerning this Page of Pentacles. So the Ten of Swords, yes. So it's concerning an ending, you know, and I know a lot of you all probably will comment, isn't something that you want. Spare me, please. Spare me. I get it, and I understand. You do not have to tell me that. You do not have to tell me that the message doesn't resonate with you either. I get that too. Page of Pentacles, Three of Swords in reverse, Ten of Swords. Unfortunately for, you know, some people are still going through this. So I feel like there are energies that you are attached to that are wanting to come back in. And honestly, I don't know why they want to come in right now. It seems right now somebody just wants to fix something. Divine Three of Swords in reverse, Ten of Swords. So King of Swords. So definitely concerning the separation. So you and someone right now are separated. You all are not together. I don't feel like this is someone that you are communicating with at this present moment as well, especially with the Two of Swords. I feel like communication is on a halt unless it absolutely has to be. Divine King of Swords lastly here. Yeah, so the Two of Wands. So I feel like there's someone here who is struggling to move forward. I feel like this is someone who is trying to fix something with you, or possibly even feel like they can't fix something without your help, without having a conversation with you first, without knowing that you're truly, absolutely done here. Divine, tell me about the Death here. So we have the Seven of Wands as well as the Ace of Swords. So there's definitely something here that you've made necessary changes for. This could be something that you are keeping to yourself right now. I feel like you are in some capacity discovering something, because for you, this is new as well. Divine Ace of Swords here. So Nine of Pentacles, definitely concerning your stability, making the necessary changes in order to really ground yourself again as a single independent individual. I feel like right now at this present moment, you aren't relying on anyone else. I feel like your reliability rests solely in you and the skills that you have cultivated in order to make something happen with the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. What else, Divine? So Five of Swords. I feel like at this present moment, you are starving. And I say starving because you're really going after what you are seeking. And I feel like you're not ceasing or stopping until you get there. Five of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. I feel like you're not thinking about anybody else. You don't care about anybody else. I feel like you would choose you every single time. With the Magician, has everything to do with what you're manifesting, what you're creating. I feel like you've made all the proper steps, all the proper choices, all the right decisions. Divine, the Star here. So we have the Seven of Cups with the Star. And tell me about the Star and the Seven of Cups, Divine. So we have the Strength. I feel like there's a decision that you've made concerning your life that you stand firm on, especially with the Judgment as well as the Eight of Wands. I feel like you're going forward with some decision that you've possibly made as well. Definitely has a lot to do with you becoming. Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is something that previously resulted in some form of conflict, whether the conflict was something that you spoke up about or not. I feel like somebody possibly made you feel like what you wanted to do with your life wasn't worth doing, wasn't worth seeking after, because it didn't give the appearance of something being stable. But I feel like you could possibly be that one that changes the mode of something as a whole. Divine, tell me about the Judgment here. Definitely feels so three of Cups. So I feel like this definitely has to do with what a lot of people, how they judge something. I feel like you're meant to do something. I feel like you're right in the space that you are meant to be in. I feel like you're supposed to allow something to flow, because honestly, we're not in control of anything anyway. Okay. Divine, tell me about the Three of Wands here. So we have the Ace of Cups. And tell me about the Ace of Cups, Divine. So we have the Four of Swords. And tell me about the Four of Swords, Divine. I feel like you're a healed enough individual to start dating. Eight of Swords. I feel like you've been to yourself. I feel like you've been holding your own self back from possibly dating, discovering new avenues and new ways to love. But I feel like something is now coming back, that desire, to date, with the Three of Wands as well as the Ace of Cups. We even have Temperance at the bottom of the deck. So I definitely feel like something concerning that maybe that space is about to change. You could be going out on dates more. Four of Pentacles. I feel like you are the only person that's holding yourself back. Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well. Divine, tell me about the Four of Pentacles here. And then we have the Page of Swords. Yeah. So I feel like what's happening right now is you're possibly in heavy consideration of dating. What does that look like? How would you go about it now? Because something feels different from what you're used to. I feel like you've been away from the game for a while. And I feel like you've been away from the game for a while because maybe you were in a relationship with somebody. And then maybe that relationship just didn't work out. And, it just came to an end. I feel like that's just something that you allowed yourself to grow from here. Yeah, I feel like a lot was meant to shape and mold possibly the way what you do moving forward. Yeah, but there's definitely something here more so about self-love, self-value, self-worth once again. And I feel like that will be a constant thing because I feel like that's what the lesson was. Once again, the lesson was to appreciate oneself, and appreciation in oneself attracts many different things to you. And it also causes things to come seeking after you because because of what you are attracting here. Okay. Pisces Soul Tribe, that was your reading. Hopefully this message resonates with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you're able to take something from it that you could use. Of course, if there's anything you need from me, you can find those details down below in the description box. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day. Bye, guys.